The simple act of sharing or liking. Our school has many foreign students. Nearly half of us come from another country or mixed heritage. For some reason, these classmates are always positive and smiling. Even though some of them are new to the country, they still try to welcome other newcomers to Japan. I see my foreign classmates teaching every single school rule to the new students. Why are they like this? Are they forced to help one another? Is it because they are a minority at our school or in Japan? I don't think people are kind because of where they are from, but maybe they are kind because of their experiences. First of all, being a new student is never easy, especially when we have to learn a new language and culture at the same time. I guess if we have that experience, we want to help others in the same situation. After I talked more with my classmates, I started to understand them more. Some of them described very hard situations in their home countries. I think my classmates are brave as well as kind, and I really respect them. However, when I was an elementary school student, I didn't think this way. To be honest, I didn't like my foreign classmates. I didn't want to talk to them. They could not speak Japanese well, so they could not follow our conversations. I thought they were very strange. When I became a junior high school student, I started using SNS to communicate with my friends. With SNS, it became easy to share my hobbies and interests online. I made friends with not only Japanese people, but people from other countries, like my classmates at school. I began to learn more about the world and people around me. There are many problems facing people in other countries. For example, lack of access to clean water. At first, I thought these problems had no connection to me. But somehow, when I read the shared story on SNS, the distance seems less. For instance, I learned that girls in some developing countries have to use newspapers or use clothes as sanitary pads. This causes health problems for them, and I was sad to read about it. I learned that if I press like on a charity's post, they send sanitary pads to these girls. So, I can help them even though I live in Japan. Isn't it fantastic that by spending just 1 second to press like, you can help somebody? Isn't it great that people can raise awareness of different problems just by clicking share? Because of using SNS, I started to feel connected to people around the world. And at the same time, I also started to feel more connected to my classmates at school. I realized how lucky I was to have such a kind, brave, and diverse group of people around me every day. I guess it's a bit funny. I had to join the global community on the internet first before I noticed the global community in my classroom. Anyway, I learned something important. If people from different backgrounds can communicate with one another, we can all be happier and stronger together. And whether online or offline, the simple act of sharing or liking can create incredible change. Thank you.